Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you, as always, for... what are you doing with your hands?
Why does Nickel always go like this?
I don't know. I don't really know.
I was watching yesterday or the day before, can't remember.
It's excited. He's proud. He's got shovels for hands
those big mitts just go on the desk. It's like...
Craig is here, Nedum as well, Frank Leboeuf join us. Ronaldo scores whilst Messi misses. GOAT debate settled, right, Craig?
Go to Frank. Frank will tell you.
Frank was all about it in this show. You're watching both games at the same time. Of course, as Messi's penalty is saved, Ronaldo scores. Is that it? Ronaldo's better than Messi for you now, Frank?
Nah, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a coincidence. It was just funny to mention it, and that's it. One was playing a Champions League game, the other one was playing a Premier League game, so nothing to compare. They're absolutely two fantastic players that we all will remember about, but it was just a coincidence. It was just funny.
You have to pick a side.
That's why he missed the penalty.
Why is that?
He went, Ronaldo's just scored.
No, Ronaldo scored after him. That's what inspired
Ronaldo.
He knew
but he always thinks ahead.
Right, I see. That was it.
Someone saw that coming.
Someone said, "Oi, Messi missed the pen." That's it.
Maybe Messi's been watching Ronaldo play recently.
Maybe. Nathan, where do you stand on the old Messi-Ronaldo job? I'm asking. People care.
Oh gosh, this is just asking for trouble. It's literally just asking for trouble. All I'll say is I'm pretty sure Messi's not checking for Man United scores after every one of his games, so it doesn't matter. You pick your poison. I like Messi, so what? Who's the best? Yeah, they're both fantastic players.
How do you know it, Nedum? Maybe Messi's a gambler. Maybe he's putting a bet.
That's illegal, Craig. That's illegal. That's illegal. He's not a gambler. That's illegal.
Yes.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah. He's not allowed to, is he?
No, he's not allowed to. No.
Clearly.
A number of players got into trouble for that.
Wait, hold on a second. Messi cannot gamble on Ronaldo's goal against Brighton if he's not belonging to the same championship?
I don't think so. Well,
we're not sure. We shouldn't get into it. Anyway.
Well, that's all right. We already have. Stop us. Is Shaka paying for your heating bill? Why have you got your jacket on, Nathan?
It's because I've got an issue with the shirt. I'll just zip it. Just don't pay any attention. Don't worry about it. Please, just carry on. Carry on. Don't worry about it.
What's the picture? Does it say I hate Craig on it, or what does it say?
No, no, I don't have any of those yet. I was doing something for Man City earlier, so it might have some branding on it. So I'm just trying to keep it low key. I don't want to be an obvious shill.
Well, clearly.
Selling those T-shirts outside Stamford Bridge.
They've sold out of those. There's a question about that in a moment, though. Before we get to that, Frank Hakimi put Vinicius in jail tonight. Is he the best at his position in the world?
If he's not, he's one of the best. You know, he shot after like two minutes. There was a ball, a deep ball from Real Madrid behind Hakimi, and we thought that Vinicius Junior was fast, but Hakimi is faster. And as after 2 minutes, he showed to Vinicius that it would be a very hard 90 minutes for him. Hakimi is absolutely fantastic. Just came back from the AFCON. He showed to the world how talented he is. Nobody has doubts about that, but it's just confirmed today that defensively he did the job and he pushed Vinicius to go to defend because he was attacking too.
Go on.
No.
This, of course, is the first time you've been on since your diatribe. Can we talk about your viral diatribe?
What I liked about Hakimi was that you see, sometimes you see defenders in general, but with Vinicius Junior dropping off. I know you don't want to hear this because you want to get to the other thing, and allowing players like Vinicius to push into the box, but he came out and got tight to him.
Right.
Get to it.
Well, it's just the first time you've been on since your Chelsea rant went viral.
Yeah, and
the reaction to it's been fantastic.
Well, I know, but everybody else gets. But to me, it's water off a duck's back. I generally don't care.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Oh yeah. And
I enjoy all the abuse that you've been getting.
I don't mind, but people got to understand. It's like hitting me with a feather brush. It really doesn't matter to me. I have no vested interest in any club, so I have no.
People can't believe you're so bitter after something that happened in 1997.
Well, no. But see, people, and I've said this all through my broadcasting career. I've said people cannot differentiate between bitterness and honesty.
Right.
Right. They can't. People can't take the truth. People want to hear some
Oh, can I
conjured
Can I
up
say something
claptrap nonsense.
to defend Craig?
Please don't defend Craig. Frank, he doesn't need a defence.
No. I know Craig for 25 years. I know the
Wow.
kind of person he is.
Bitter.
He's honest. He's
Angry.
not bitter. Never been bitter. No, he's not angry. I know what happened in '97, and we've talked about that for many years. But he is really a guy who would only say what he thinks and what he honestly thinks. And if he thinks that Chelsea is the best club in the world, and if that competition is the best competition in the world, he would say it. I disagree with what he said because I think the players, the fans, and the club have the right to be happy about what he called a plastic cup. And I won the European Super Cup with Chelsea. It counted for me. For some people, it's not interesting, and it's what I think of what Craig thought about it. But it doesn't matter. Everybody has the right to think differently.
I was more sort of pointed to the current 16-point gap at the top of the major competition, which is the title fight, supposedly with Man City, that's going to boil down to potentially Liverpool now. But honestly, and that makes me laugh that people think that 20 odd years later, you still give an analysis off the back of a football decision or a manager's decision. And I've always said this, and people can't quite get their thick heads around it. It's not football clubs that make decisions.
Yeah.
It's individuals within those clubs at that particular time. And guess what? All those individuals move on. It's not the club.
Yeah.
It's a manager at that time or an executive at that time. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's about an honest analysis. So,
It just sounds bitter, angry, bad tipper. They're all there.
oh yeah, I saw that one.
Nedum.
Even the old apprentices are coming out.
Nedum said on the Gabbageals podcast that City would rather win the Club World Cup and be 16 points behind in the title race because that would mean they won the Champions League. Craig, would you still say it's a plastic cup?
Well, no, I think the point is Man City want to... I don't think Man City have got any thoughts about winning the Club World Cup. They've got thoughts about winning the Champions League.
Right.
That just comes as the extra tin pot on the top of it.
Sure.
So, the Manchester City owners are looking for domestic domination, which they generally have had, particularly recently, and they're looking for the same thing PSG and their owners are looking for. That is to win the Champions League. Now, when you go on, if that takes you off to flaff around and some plastic cup at the end of it, then so be it.
Nedum, I'm surprised you had enough time to talk over Gav to make that point.
Yeah, come on. Gav's good. Gav's good. And it's his show. I'm just filling in. You know what I mean? But I think Craig gets my point. You know, the fact is for City, they would have loved to have been at the tournament for the first time because of what it signifies, the fact that they've won a Champions League. The league situation, if they were 16 points behind, they'd be disappointed. But it's no secret that Man City have a huge desire to win the Champions League. So whatever comes off the back of that, that's a consequence that I'm sure they're more than happy to take.
Am I giving people material here?
Yes.
Basically, can none of these other platforms think about their own material, start coming off the back of something that I said?
Well, it's quite a weekend.
It was quite a weekend.
Quite a weekend.
A lot of people upset.
Dan, what disturbs me the most is that some players have to play those games, like I played the European Super Cup, where they didn't win the trophy that the club won the year before, which is completely insane. Like Lukaku, he scored the goal in the Club World Cup where he didn't win the Champions League. And I remember teasing Marcel Desailly because he signed straight after and came and played against Real Madrid the European Super Cup. I say, well, what are you doing here? You didn't win the Cup Winners' Cup, so you don't deserve to be here. It was just a joke. That's the thing about comparing Manchester City, for me, what Craig just said, comparing Manchester City and Chelsea, you are comparing the present against the past. Because winning the Champions League was winning it the last season. So you just play that the season after. And nothing has to be compared with the present time and the point that you have in the Premier League.
Let me give you some context here for those people who just get on social media and just have to vent their anger at somebody. The bread and butter, and Liverpool have been chasing this up until the last couple of years when they finally got over the line again, first time in, I think, 30 years. The bread and butter is your domestic league, which I repeat, Chelsea are currently 16 points off the lead with a game in hand, having brought in one of the most expensive and informed strikers in Europe off the back of a Serie A title. You don't do that to win the Club World Cup and be 16 points behind. Let's be frank about it. Last year was brilliant, him coming in and winning the Champions League. But Frank will remember this. Chelsea won the Champions League when Roberto Di Matteo was interim manager. It's about the bread and butter, 38 Premier League games, the hard slog, all the cup games in between, coming back on a weekend, brushing yourself down, carrying the injuries and putting a title fight up. They have not done that. Unless Man City lose every game between now and the end of the season. That's the crux of this.
They're allowed to celebrate, though, aren't they?
Oh, no.
The players are allowed to celebrate. They
Well, that's fine.
They want a trophy.
A plastic one.
But you still win a trophy. Well, just
I'll tell you what, we'll give them a trophy if they've been 16 points behind as well. Listen, here's a medal.
They won the tournament. They can't be like, right, let's not celebrate because Craig was shouting at.
Well, did you see who was in it?
Well, yes.
Well, exactly.
Have you ever been whistled by your own fans? I saw Bale's old clip about how fans booing only made it worse. Has the success of Real given the Madrid fans this liberty? Have you seen it live happening to other players?
Yeah.
When I was in Madrid, they whistled with everyone.
Yeah.
I'd seen Ronaldo whistled.
Yeah.
I've seen, as you mentioned, Bale.
Well, we all get whistled, particularly at Celtic when things didn't go well. At Derby, when we had a lot of kids, some of the senior players got it. I saw Gary McAllister get abused is the wrong word. I saw him get whistled and booed playing for Scotland. When I played in a qualifier, it was at Celtic Park because Hampden was been renovated, and the fans turned on him.
Right.
Maybe, I don't know if it was to do with the fact, and this is completely wrong, because Gary missed the penalty at Wembley in the game against England.
Okay.
I sense that there was a carryover from that, which is a nonsense because we've just done a game tonight where one of the best players on the planet, if not the best, Lionel Messi, misses a penalty. But I saw it with Gary, and he had to take that, and I thought it was pretty shameful.
You been whistled, Nedum? QPR?
Yeah. Everyone at QPR got whistled at some point, but there's a story in particular. There were two guys, so we'd just been relegated with QPR, and Jose Bosingo had just signed, he'd signed at the start of the season. This is after they'd won the Champions League. And in fairness, for as good as he was at times, he never really bought in. I think he just wanted to stay in his house in West London and then just go and play for another team, so it was more convenience. But he checked out, the fans turned on him, he got booed so heavily one game, but he loved it, he loved playing the villain, and that was the strangest thing. And then there was another guy, Stefan Mbia, who had come from Marseille, I think as part of like a swap loan deal for Joey Barton. And as we were just about to get relegated, Stefan Mbia thought that he was going to be funny, so he sent a tweet to Joey Barton asking, can we swap back now? And as you can imagine, that didn't go down too well amongst the QPR fans in the last home game of the season, where they let him know exactly where he needs to go.
I bet. That's brilliant. Frank, you whistled?
Yes, twice. Once at Stamford Bridge when Vialli was sacked, and some of the fans thought that I was guilty for that.
Your fault, Frank.
You're actually more hated than me, Frank.
Let's not stretch it.
Yeah, I had that power to sack the coach. I was so powerful at Chelsea that I was the only one being able to sack Vialli, for sure. And the second time is when I came back to Strasbourg, the club that I really love, and I spent 5 years there. I came back as a Marseille captain, and they booed me for the entire game. He hurt me. I have to say that I was hurt by that, but because I think I didn't deserve it. But it's part of the game, That's what it is. But when I come back to Strasbourg now, no, it's okay. We have a beer together, and it's fine.
Final question. Craig, who was the most annoying player you ever shared a dressing room with, and why was it Frank?
No, Frank was. Frankie.
Oh my God.
Frankie.
Oh my God.
Give me some time, will you, for these.
Oh yeah, for annoying. Where we going, Nedum? Joey Barton?
Do you know what? I try not to speak his name too much, but probably him. But aside from that, when I was younger, I'd say Ben Thatcher when I was at Man City, because he was a massive joker. But unfortunately at the time, I was still kind of in school. So when they were burning my school books and then hiding people's boots and cutting people's clothes up, it's probably like not what you need as a young man entering the professional ranks now.
No, that sounds about right. What about you, Frank?
I have nobody in mind, I have to say. I was quickly going into my old memories, but nobody that I remember. Maybe, you know what, I will name, in terms of annoying, somebody very respectful, very nice to everybody, clean, everything, Roberto Di Matteo. It was annoying in that way, that he was too perfect.
It was too perfect.
It was never a hair out of place.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like that, everything was perfect. Yeah?
Yeah, Mr. Well,
You would have definitely burnt Nedum's school books.
oh,
You would have definitely cut from that club.
oh, there was a lot used to go on.
I bet. I can imagine.
A lot used to go on in the dressing rooms. I had people tying stuff under my car when I would drive for work.
Brilliant.
Onto the exhaust pipe and
Yes.
everything. Just got to be on your toes. Got to be on your. You got to be. You got to fix your wing mirrors on when you're in the dressing room.
When there are a lot of fishes deposited in cars as well, I seem to remember those.
That was a
stories.
Rangers story, yeah. There was some dead fish deposited in cars, and there was some deposited in a part of the car that they find, thinking they had solved the mystery, when there was other bits of dead fish tucked away in a part of the car that you would never found.
Is that Gaza?
Gaza.
Wow. All right, that is it. Thank you very much, guys. ESPN FC will be back on your screens tomorrow. Of course, the Champions League continues. The big tie there, Inter taking on Liverpool. Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.